Losing a loved one is never easy. During such an emotional time, navigating the legal complexities of the probate process can feel incredibly overwhelming. If you are dealing with an estate in Massachusetts, this guide is designed to help. Today, we will walk you through the essential steps at the Middlesex Probate and Family Court in Cambridge. Before we begin, this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Please consult with a qualified attorney for specific legal guidance. Let us take a look at the court. At its core, probate is the legal process of administering a deceased person's estate. Think of it as a bridge between the person who has passed away and the heirs who will inherit their belongings. During this process, the court oversees several crucial steps. This includes validating the deceased person's will, identifying and taking inventory of their assets, paying off any outstanding debts or taxes, and finally, distributing the remaining assets to the rightful beneficiaries. The probate process isn't one size fits all. The timeline and complexity depend heavily on the size of the estate and whether or not a valid will was left behind. Without a will, the state determines who gets what, which can significantly delay the process. Dealing with the loss of a loved one is hard enough without a lengthy court process. Fortunately, not every estate in Middlesex County requires formal probate. If the estate consists entirely of personal property valued at $25,000 or less, and there is no real estate involved, you might qualify for voluntary administration. This simplified process is ideal for a sole surviving spouse or consensual heirs. Another alternative is summary administration. This option is available if the estate's total value doesn't exceed the surviving spouse's $15,000 allowance, plus funeral expenses and administration costs. However, you must remember that if the estate exceeds these strict financial limits, involves real estate, or if there are disputes among heirs, a formal probate process at the Cambridge Court will be strictly required. If your case is at the Middlesex Probate and Family Court in Cambridge, you will head to 208 Cambridge Street. You can reach the clerk at 617-768-5800 or visit the mass.gov website for resources. An important note: always verify court hours and procedures online or by phone before your visit, as guidelines can change. The Cambridge Division covers towns like Arlington, Belmont, Cambridge, Somerville, and Watertown. Make sure you are at the right location, as Northern Middlesex cases are handled separately by the Lowell Division. Knowing what to expect will help. Be ready for airport-style security screening. Dress respectfully in business casual attire, and above all, be punctual. Give yourself extra time for parking. Inside, conduct yourself respectfully. Keep the environment quiet by completely silencing your cell phone. Finally, unless absolutely required for a hearing, do not bring children to court. Navigating the formal probate process at the Middlesex Probate and Family Court can seem daunting, but breaking it down into 7 distinct steps makes it highly manageable. Let us look at the timeline. Step 1 is filing the petition. This involves submitting the initial formal request for probate along with the original last will and testament directly to the Cambridge Courthouse. Step 2 is the notice to heirs and beneficiaries. The court issues a citation, which must be formally delivered or mailed to notify all interested parties about the proceedings. Step 3 follows shortly after, which is the appointment of the personal representative. A judge formally appoints the executor or administrator, granting them the official letters of authority. Once appointed, Step 4 is the inventory of assets. The personal representative has exactly 3 months to prepare and file a comprehensive inventory. This details the exact valuations of the deceased person's real estate, bank accounts, and personal property, which often requires hiring professional appraisers to evaluate the estate accurately. Step 5 involves the payment of debts and taxes. The representative must carefully settle any valid outstanding debts owed by the estate. Crucially, they must also handle any applicable estate taxes, keeping in mind that the Massachusetts estate tax threshold is currently set at $2 million. After financial obligations are cleared, Step 6 is the distribution of assets. The remaining estate is distributed either according to the specific terms of the will or Massachusetts intestate law if no valid will exists. Finally, Step 7 is closing the estate. This requires filing a final account of all financial transactions for court approval. Once the judge signs off, the Middlesex probate process is officially brought to a close. Navigating the probate process in Middlesex County takes time. For a simple, uncontested estate, you can expect the process to take anywhere from 6 to 12 months. However, complex estates or those involving disputes can easily stretch well beyond a year. Beyond time, it is crucial to understand the financial expectations. Several costs are involved in the probate process. First, there are court filing fees, paid directly to the Middlesex Probate and Family Court. Next, if you hire a personal representative to manage the estate, they are entitled to reasonable compensation for their time and effort. You will also likely encounter attorney fees, which vary based on the estate's complexity and the lawyer's experience. Additionally, professional appraisal fees are often necessary to determine the accurate value of real estate or valuable personal property. Finally, the court may require a bond premium, which acts as an insurance policy, protecting the estate's assets from mismanagement. What happens if a loved one passes away without a will? In the legal world, this is known as dying intestate. When this occurs, the state of Massachusetts steps in with its own set of rules to determine who inherits the assets. Under Massachusetts intestacy laws, the primary heirs are usually the surviving spouse and children. If there is no spouse or children, the law dictates a specific line of succession, moving on to parents, siblings, or other closest living relatives. Navigating probate court can be overwhelming, especially when dealing with complex estates or family disputes. Hiring an experienced probate attorney can provide much-needed clarity and guidance during a difficult time. A skilled attorney takes on the heavy lifting. They help interpret complex wills, file necessary court documents, negotiate with creditors, resolve disputes among heirs, and manage complicated tax matters. If you need to find qualified legal representation, the Massachusetts Bar Association is an excellent resource to connect you with experienced probate lawyers in the Cambridge area. Navigating the court system doesn't have to be done alone. Start with the Middlesex Probate and Family Court website for official forms. Need a lawyer? The Massachusetts Bar Association offers a trusted referral service. For limited income residents, the Massachusetts Legal Assistance Corporation provides crucial aid. Lastly, Elder Services of Cambridge and Somerville offers excellent community support for older adults. Let's cover a few common questions. First, how long does probate take? Simple cases usually take 6 to 12 months, while complex ones can take years. What if someone objects to the will? This causes a will contest, requiring court hearings and causing delays. Finally, can you sell real estate during probate? Yes, but you typically must obtain court approval before making the sale. Navigating the probate process in Cambridge doesn't have to be an overwhelming journey. By understanding the steps and resources, you can approach the Middlesex Probate and Family Court with confidence. Please remember, this guide provides general information and should not be considered legal advice. For specific guidance, consult with a qualified Massachusetts probate attorney. We hope this guide has been helpful in shedding light on a difficult topic. For more comprehensive resources, please visit funeralus.com. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe for more guides, and leave a comment below with any questions.